There we go. We're rising. 8, 10, 12, and 14. Let's see if we can ride this up. See if we can ride this up. Of course, I'm going to get taken out of volatility. Oh, bitch. Oh, we're up about 3,400 for the day. It's okay, I suppose. I do want to be a buyer down below, but I'll wait for it to take me out. Where's our position? Why does it not show it here? Fucking A. There it is. Okay, well, why does it not show our position? My position. Oh, that's because there's a level blocking it.
Stop filled.
Yeah, fuck you and your little gay ass
Stop
stuff.
filled.
Fuck you.
Order filled.
We'll see if this will rise up here, or are we going to be a buyer down below? Is it going to be an overshoot of the golden time frame? Technology is annoying the hell out of me today. So the stream's back up, I believe. Well, I probably should announce it. It's friggin' like trading alone is annoying the hell. Or it actually is hard. And then dealing with all this shit. That stupid ass streams. It should just work. And maybe I just need to ball up and get a baller ass computer here.
Stop filled.
I just don't want to have to build another friggin' computer. There we go. We're up about 3,400. We're going to go long, probably right around here. Probably would, well, not right here, but a little bit lower. I would probably go long right around here. 367 if it gets there. So that's where the next long area is on the NQ. Just a question, can we short down to that area? Is there a short stack? There is a short stack right around 424. So 424, we can short stack it down. See if I'm actually on the stream. Okay. Short stack at 424 NQ. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. I might have to just get a computer, build a computer. But I need something that's going to run 6 monitors. So it's not just something I can just build like tomorrow. I mean, I could go to Micro Center and just freaking go ham on it. Might just go to Micro Center today and just go ham on Micro Center. Up about 3,400 for the day. Sorry, didn't catch that one move there. I mean, it did sell off, but then I had a technology issue. I enjoy streaming. I actually do enjoy streaming my trades. Because now I'm trading my style. So I'm all into streaming. If I can trade my style like now, I'll friggin' stream every day. Like, you know, I'm going to be trading every day. So when I'm trading, I friggin' enjoy streaming. It's just the technology side that I hate. It's the friggin' technology knocking me out and doing crap. That just makes it utterly frustrating to do. All right, I'm back in active trading. I'm back doing the active trading Discord. Yeah, no. I mean, I'm a trader. I'm going to trade regardless. But my biggest frustration was, you know, I wasn't streaming because I wasn't trading my style. So I was utterly bored. But now I'm trading 4 tickers, trading my style. I mean, the other thing that for those that are just new, you're watching someone too in the midst of. I had a really bad day, the worst day I've had in the markets in a couple years, a couple Thursdays ago. So you're watching someone too that is an aggressive trader. I am an aggressive trader. I'm an aggressive, always in trader. If the market's moving, I want to be part of a position. I want to be moving with it. But you're also you're in the midst of watching an aggressive trader rebalance arrogance in the market. So I got a little arrogant with my trading, and then also an aggressive trader rebalance that I wasn't trading my system. A lot of times the trades I was doing was against my system, which is like the dumbest thing that I could ever be doing. But it's because, and I shared this before if you're new, I got to the point of my trading where I started fading all the time because I just need a challenge. Well, that's because I was streaming only one chart. So if I'm only streaming one chart, I'm not challenged because I trade 4 different tickers at a minimum and I'm doing other crap. So I'm doing other things in addition to trading. Like I'm just not watching the charts. So me just trading one ticker, I know it sounds odd for people that maybe just starting out. I mean, I've advanced to a level where basically one ticker doesn't provide enough trades for me on my aggressive style. And then for the long time, I was trying to help members by just trading one chart. And I'll do a 1 chart trade here and there. I'll do the 4 chart trades here and there for members on the member exclusive streams going forward. So there'll be days where basically I'm say, hey, no public streaming. We're doing the 4 chart setup for members and we'll be trading that. But until then, for my regular trading, members should have their own 4 chart setup. And then if you're trading along with me on the MNQ or the NQ, I'm calling the levels in advance. If you're trading other things like CL, GC, or anything else, I'm calling those levels in advance. So here we go. Yeezy. I knew we were going to have a Yeezy update. Sweet. I'm kind of with you there on that 1382 zone. I'm with you there, Yeezy. That's kind of what I'm starting to build. You can see that. So Yeezy did share his entries. He's aggressively long. This is Yeezy. Hopefully you don't mind me sharing the chart. That's where he's looking to go long. I'm kind of in the same mode. I'm in the same thinking, man. I'm with you. So we're up on 2. We will be selling the heck out of that RDA check. And we'll probably be selling the heck out of 425. So if it gets to 425, we'd probably sell the heck out of that. 431, we'd probably sell the heck out of that. Now let's see if I can get on TradingView without it ruining my machine. So we can look at this. I think this is the problem. I think if I stream on TradingView like I am here and then try to connect to TradingView, it gets confused and it knocks me off sometimes. So I should use the TradingView app. I haven't used that in a while. All right, so let's look at the gold trade now that we're kind of back up and we're there. So an NQ trade, we're still working on that. We'll look at gold on Oneida. Let's go to 1 chart. Boom, 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 baby. Yeah, I don't know. All right. It is pulling back. So we are looking to be buyers here. But should I reverse down to that level? Probably should. Yeah, probably should reverse down to that level. Let's reverse down to that level. I mean, it might come back up. Where are we at? Let me make sure I'm on this trade. So we're looking to get in right around the 79 area. Right around the 74 area is probably where I'd want to get heavy. 15. So I'll put a 15. No, we won't do 15 yet. Oh, wait. There we go. 2. All right, there we go. So maybe this next level, right around 72, we'll reverse right there. And we'll start adding to our longs. So we would expect an overshoot there. And we're going to get long heavier, ideally here. You can see that here we're already up on that trade, but we are fighting momentum. So we're in that zone. We're in Yeezy zone. But that's where I would have been long anyways. We're looking at the golden time frame, M9 check. So that's something to be watching. I will take some off on this trade.
Order filled.
Just because it might not hold up.
Stop filled.
Yeah. We don't have the counter signal yet. So in some ways I should be trading long here. Or I should be getting heavy here. But we don't have the counter signal yet. So I'll wait for the counter signal to go heavier. But we almost have it. It's almost go long. Go long into the sunset. Bam. Bam. We're trading the Rexdog system. Once again, join us on Discord down below, down in the description, or on TradingView. You'll see a link that says join Discord. If you want to learn more about the system, visit the website links too. There's links to the website. Explain the style of trading that I do, which is predictive reaction trading, price action. We trade just the charts. That's all we need. We don't need anything more than the charts. No news events, we trade charts. Literally don't have to pay attention to anything else. Don't need to pull up any scanners. Don't need to figure out which one has a news event. We don't need to figure out like which stock is going to have a catalyst. We trade these. I mean, you trade these 4 tickers, you're going to have at least 3 to 5 good solid trades a day per ticker. If you're a super aggressive trader like me, you're going to have 30 to 40. That's just the stats. Just the stats, ma'am. Tony's not here. Are you here, buddy? My little dog's here. He's chilling like a villain. Oh, GC is about to... Oh, man, I did not follow that GC trade down. So, GC, once again, we are looking to get in on GC on that 1848.9. So, 1849.8 is probably where we're looking for GC. Don't have a confirmation on this, so it's about 1212. What we would want on the index, obviously, here. And we'll look at the charts here, because I know someone asked to look at gold. We'll look at gold, and then we'll look at nat gas, too. So gold is, I mean, it looks like it's going down. I think it's the same thing. I'd want to be a buyer right around 1834. That's what we're focusing on. 1834, we'd want to be buyers. Maybe a little bit lower than that, 1831. But right now, it does have the RDA check here right around 1844. So we do have to watch that area. Damn it. I'm talking and I'm not in the trade on the NQ. See where we're at. I'll put a trailing stop in there in case we get knocked out on that. Yeah. I might go heavier if it holds above 92, and then trade against the pullbacks on the NQ. So here on the NQ, obviously it holds the 50% OR, but we're in a momentum. We've lost bias and we've lost momentum. So once again, if you're on at least chart 1, you're fading that move. So like trade the extremes. So you should trade the extremes here. Did not follow that GC trade down. So we'll see if we can get picked up on GC right around 1854 and 1854 spot 4 and 1855 spot 4, and then we'll do another one 1855 spot 8. That's kind of where we'll do a GC trade for sell, and then we'll put protective stops in there in case it does rip up a little bit higher. So actually, I would probably put an additional position. If it does get up to this zone, I probably wouldn't want to be a seller on the 1855. So what we'll do is we'll put some entries up there, and then we'll put a protective stop right around 5 on the GC trade, just above the momentum indicators, just as a protective stop. Give it a little bit of volatility to move up. That's kind of like on the chart that I'm talking about, that is here. So the fourth chart, that is the GC trade. It's at a level here, so we do expect a reaction. So this is probably a little aggressive, that entry. So we'll move that entry up. And then we're looking to get picked up, ideally on a test up to the momentum on chart 4, and then a failure. We're in nothing else right now. The NQ quite hasn't given us the signal yet. We need to probably wait for that 30 time, because that's going to be the index closing. So on your first area is 1845 on XAU USD, and then your next area is down here. I mean, that's your next area. The daily RDA is 1827. So that's where I'd want to be a long buyer on this. Let's look at Nat Gas. Do I have that on my signal? No, I don't. What do we want to look at? Nat Gas. I want to pull up the actual signal symbol. I don't want to pull up the well, do I have NG. I believe I have NG. And I forget where sometimes I pay for, there we go, NG. Okay, let me add NG to my list. So, not NQ. Damn it, Jim, I said NG. Well, since I trade Nat Gas. What is Nat Gas? There it is. That's on MCX. All right, well, we'll look at this anyways. Well, it's lost the weekly open. That's the first thing. I would say this next weekly open, 194, is where it's going. So I would be shorting it. I'd be shorting it all the way. I mean, it lost the daily RDA. So to me on Nat Gas, the simple answer is basically short all the way down here to down to here. If it holds the weekly open, then that trades off. But basically, I'd be looking to be a seller all the way down to here to 1914. I might even get into a trade now if I was trading it right now. And then I'd be looking for this next level here to be taken out. And then obviously if it holds the weekly open on these rechecks, so your best entry is around that 218 spot 6. And then if it holds the weekly open, the trade's off because the weekly open's been held. That's a pretty simple trade there. Yeah. We're not in anything right now. The market's kind of slowed down volatility wise. We do see GC coming up to maybe our entries. So here on this chart, GC might be picking up some of our entries. So possibly we'll put our entries right around there. The NQ is holding up on this level. I almost need to believe it. So see if we can ride that up and then sell off here at 1339. So just make a quick scalp up. Want to get above 400 or 4Gs. Let's see if we can do that. We wouldn't want to be a seller up here, right around the 417 level. It's kind of where we'd want to be a seller. We won't get too aggressive, but we'd want to be a seller there. And then as far as a pullback, if it does pull back, we want to be buyers a little bit lower. Take some of these out of the market just because I can scale in once we get there, if we get there. Put in a trailing stop there. So if it does pull back, we don't get knocked out at a loss. But I am looking to take profit right around the 400 level if it gets up there on just one lot. Just one lot on the NQ trade. We're waiting to get picked up. Well, the Russell's starting to bottom too, but once again, it doesn't matter what we trade. As far as like, do we trade the Russell or do we trade? Now the CL trade is at an interesting spot. The CL's kind of like done an RDA test on chart 2. So we're going to look for another level check on the RDA or on CL, like right around 80, spot 80. And then we'll put protective stop just below that. We'll see if it's going to do another level check. Hasn't done a level check yet, so that's what we'd be trading off of. Give it a little bit of room. We do see the NQ. I mean, the NQ and the CL is moving in conjunction with each other. So kind of really doesn't matter where you deploy your capital there. Same with the Ruddy. So the Russell, doesn't matter where you deploy your capital because basically they're moving in conjunction. So usually there's a little bit more divergences on these 4 different tickers. Usually. Anybody around? I haven't seen any comments or anything. Hey, welcome. YouTube is down. Freaking annoying, dude. Like, I really literally don't know what to do with the tech here. Actually, it is up for me. I don't know why.
Stop.
All right, knocked out of that NQ trade. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'll 2 things I probably have to do. Number 1, I have to pay someone to tell me how to stream properly. Number 2, I'll have to probably upgrade this machine because it is kind of starting to show its age. I mean, it can run 6 monitors, no problem. But my new machine, well, it can't run 6 monitors because I only have 1 graphics card in that thing. But I'll have to either go to Micro Center and start building a PC or have someone build one for me. Thanks. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I'm not sure on what's going on with the connections. Like I said, I know it's not the internet. I would be very surprised if it's the internet, just because the low latency. And I have monitors on my internet. That's a separate machine. So I have a separate monitoring for the network that alerts me separately if the network's down. So I'm pretty positive it's not the connection. Should have been long there on this NQ move. We did call it, but we're at a reaction zone, so I'm not going to trade that. Now, we do have another level here on chart 3, which is important. So we got 2 levels on chart 3 that we should be watching. Obviously, you got the 380 level. And then you've got the level it's playing around with right now, which is 394. Those are your 2 important levels. To me, you're a buyer anywhere in that zone. I think you're a buyer anywhere in that zone if it comes back. That's the way I look at it. There's a strong level here too. So pretty much a multiple chart, you're a buyer if it comes back in this zone at all. Missed that trade on the NQ. Probably need to be a little bit higher for the reaction zone to be realistic, to be where we want to be. It's probably right more around the 30 level. That's probably where we want to be to sell, to be a seller. Maybe that's too high. That might be too high. Yeah, it might be too high. So maybe that 21 level is where we want to start. Yeah, that's kind of where we want to start, that 21 level. If it gets up there, it's kind of where we want to start a position for short, for another test down. Once again, if it gets in this zone here, I'll share this on Trade Room Alpha. I haven't done that for a while. Trade Room Alpha, I'll share the zone in Trade Room Alpha. Possibly. If it allows me. So there's the zone in Trade Room Alpha. That's the zone that we would be trading against. That's on Discord. So for members, Trade Room Alpha. Well, did I not do a general share on this? All right. I think it's back. All right, keep going, everyone, but we got the streams back up. Oh, look at that sell-off. Did not get part of that sell-off. Now we're back in that zone for being buyers. Maybe we want to wait to the low end of that zone to be a buyer. This might be an RDA overshoot here. So, did not get picked up on the gold trade either. Sold off. Got a little not aggressive enough there. And then the CL trade, we're waiting for that level check here. The level checks. Yeah, we're waiting for a level check here on the CL trade. Question is I don't think the golden time frame is going to pull back to 328. I mean, it might, but I'm entering a long position on the NQ. We might be early on that trade though. It's about to be 12:30. So it's about to have fourth hour of the market close on the index. Let's look at the chart. Yeah. So we do have the open of the day right around 341. So 341 is where the open for the day. So does it want to test the open is the question. I think we reversed that. I think it wants to test the open. I could see it testing the open. So let's not get too aggressive yet. But let's trade that. I'm trading that it's going to do an open test here. So we're not going to get too aggressive. Okay. All right. Yeah, I'll add you. Like I said, I can't do a lot when I'm streaming. All right. So, we're kind of on the bubble with this trade here. I need to not be this aggressive on it. Yeah, fuck. Damn it. I misread that. Fucking misread this whole trade. It's going back up first before it goes down. I think. I mean, it might react here at the RDA, but it's going back up before it goes down. Or it's going to sell off right here. That's the question. So is it going to give me an opportunity to get out at a decent clip here, or am I going to have to reverse? Let's see. Sell off just a little bit more. Oh, bitch.
Order filled.
Piss me off. Stupid ass trade. Ah! Damn it, dude. That pisses me off. I should have just waited before I reversed. All right. All right. Need to make sure I'm not trading in the afternoon session here
Order filled.
terribly. So that's the question. Make sure I'm not trading in the afternoon session here terribly.
Order filled. Order filled. Order filled.
Trading momentum on chart 2. Come on. Rip up. Take out the RDA now. Am I too heavy right here? Probably too heavy right here.
Order filled.
Wants to do it. I'm almost too heavy given the volatility that I see right here. But we might be right on that trade. Maybe. Nope. Not if it keeps doing that. Fuck you. Fuck you. You go to the bathroom. Fucking bullshit. I'm back, Rick. I'm back. I'm back. All right. Okay, I'm back. So the question is it going to do a momentum check here, or is it going to hold the 50% OR? So probably the way to trade that is to trade any pullback
Order filled.
and then not get too aggressive until the pullback holds. So that's the way to trade this.
Order filled.
All right. And then short the heck out of it up there above 420. But it's selling off. I mean, it's not maintaining the levels. Yeah. But it's also not, it's maintaining the lower levels too. There we go. It's almost in a no trade zone here. Almost in a no trade zone. It's deciding if it wants to sell off one more time or does it want to rip up. It's what it's deciding. So it's almost a no trade zone here till it figures out what it wants to do. Or you trade the extremes as I had, but then you burn through $1,000 of your P&L for being stupid. Not trading exactly aggressively, like on my usual style. So That 429 level is looking pretty good up here. If it gets up there. Fucking A.
Order filled.
All right. We'll go with momentum here. So we'll go with the momentum trade here. Momentum trade is short on chart 2. It might be just in the, we might be in a no trade zone here, so I'm not going to get too aggressive. But momentum is, I mean, it's saying it wants to go down more. So the next down level would be is 328. If it wants to go down there. I mean, it does have another level here. It does have a level. Well, that's, so if it does want to sell off, it does have another level here right around 347. So it does want to sell off. $347 would be the next level down. Just on the bubble with that position there. So I think I'll sell any pops here. Does seem like, I mean, I don't know. It's hard to say. I'm in the middle of the afternoon too. So like I said, I'm probably in a no trade zone. So I should be not expecting any break on the downside or upside here. Just because it's, but we'll go with that. Here we go. Might be ripping down. Yeah. I mean, 82 might hold. But, well, it's getting tested right here. Jeez. Some serious volatility there. Well, it's not holding. I mean, this is the last chance for it to hold. Right here. Otherwise, it's going down to 47. And it might go lower than that. Yeah. Should have been heavier. Should have sold that a little bit more. It's fine. I missed the trade. Well, I'm in the trade, but hopefully I can stick with it all the way down. Take some profit there.
Stop filled.
All right. Took some profit on the way down. See if we can get back. Focus on, let's have a 10 grand day here. Let's start trading like my normal style, man. So is it going to tag the 328? That's the question. Is it going to tag 328? 328 is where I would be expecting the next area to tag. I'll probably be going heavy long there. Nothing else is coming up. The GC trade we missed. So really we should get out, or should not focus on that GC trade and focus on the one down below. We weren't aggressive enough on that entry on GC. It's going to try to hold this level, but I think it's going to tag. I think it wants to tag 328. So if I get knocked out of this here, I probably will enter back up here at 395 if I get taken out of this trade. And then that's where I'd want to enter. Otherwise, we're just riding one little lot down. One baby little lot, man. You doing okay? You still up?
Yeah, I'm still up. I'm just kind of waiting for this volatility to show. How about you, Rexy? You up?
All right, so all right. So far we're up 2,500 for the day. We were up a lot more, but I'm just doing a few stupid trades after stupid trades. So, you know, I'm gonna have to journal quite a bit here to figure out what I'm thinking, to figure out what I'm doing. because I'm obviously making some dumb decisions in some trades here. I hope I won't be Jim Cramer. I agree. The Jim Cramer or the Jim Cramer, whatever his name is, opposite ETF is a pretty good ETF. Looks like we're going to be taken out here. So the question is, where does the 1 o'clock, 1:15 candle want to be? I think it wants to be right around that. I wouldn't be surprised if it wants to be right around 318. That's where that 1 o'clock candle wants to be, and then rip up from there. I wouldn't be surprised. See where we're at on the daily. So we're about to test the daily open, so you would expect, obviously, that. Maybe it wants to do a gap fill all the way down to 291. Maybe it really wants to hit that 280 level. I mean, it might want to hit that 280 level. So, I mean, the aggressive trade here would be going heavy for a 280 trade. That'd be the aggressive trade here. And I might think about doing that here. That would be the aggressive trade here. But probably the best way to do that is to scale in on rechecks. Allow it to recheck. Maybe take me out here this position. And then we might be seeing a longer trade down to 280. It might be trying to do the gap fill. So it might be around 283 or 275 is where it wants to go. So NQ 275 gap. And if you're new here, you see Discord, join Discord down below. That's how you get the most out of what we do here. Share the best stuff on Discord. Do have a video being released here today on the most important level to know in your trading. Kind of just a basic, more of a basic getting started. I think I'm going to be knocked out on this one lot here. Then we'll restart over up above. There we are, knocked out. Let's see where we're at on profit wise. 2,700. Let's see if we can not get too aggressive here. Let's short on the overshoot of the RDA.
Order filled.
So they're kind of an easy 5-minute trade where we're trading around. Did get picked up on CL. So that CL level check here. Give it a little bit of room here. Got picked up on 2. So we'll put in trailing stops there. Not going to give it a lot of room because this is it needs to react here or sell off here. So it really is at a point where it needs to react right away. Can't lose that level. If it loses that level, it's going down. So we'll give it a little bit of room, but not much room here on the CL trade. Give it down to 80.2, but it might be tagging that and take us out. I can just see it doing that too. Damn it. All right.
Order filled.
So let's buy 2 more down here at 80. See if the 80 hard level is going to hold. NQ is selling off a little early. So let's start one position there, but let's not plan to really get heavy until higher for a failure up above. So that's what we'll plan for there. We do have 4 lots now in the CL. It needs to start moving from here. Definitely needs to start moving. And it is. So we do have the initial reaction, but it's momentum short on chart 2. So we'll take some profit right around here, right around 80.18, and then we'll trail 3 different lots. So we'll see if we can get taken out at 80.18. Hopefully it will take us out there for some profit, and then from there, what we'll do is we will not quite taking us out yet. So that's this chart here, second chart. I know I have a lot of levels on there, but I've been trying to get in that. NQ is just in one lot, and it's starting to rise up. I think the better trade is to wait for this OR low to hit, and then trade. Just be patient. Just be patient. So I almost should just get out of this trade here.
Order filled.
So I'm out of that. I did not get taken out on the CL trade up above. That's where I'd like to get taken out, at least on one, just to maximize some of that profit. Then maybe trail the thirds. Am I giving it enough room? That's the question. There we go. We're up about 260 on that trade. See if we can at least take one out and then maybe stay in the trade long enough for our trailing stops not to hurt us. Ah, look at that. The NQ sold off. So
Order
you
filled.
got to go with this.
Order filled.
Got to go with this trade. I mean, it might continue up, but, you know, I've got to go with this here. Shorting the NQ, up about $100 now. Let's see if that stays with us. We're going to get knocked out of the CL trade, I think. NQ needs to lose that level. When NQ loses that 367 level, then it's going down. If it loses that 367 level, then it's going down. It's going down, son. Come on. Do I have the patience for it to go down there? All right. Well, now my basis is right there. So now I need to decide, do I get out of this trade because it didn't break that level? Or do I give it a little bit of time?
Stop fill. Stop fill.
Yeah, of course. Got out of the CL trade on a trailing stop. We'll put 2 more trailing stops there. It's really at the bubble here on the NQ here, whether or not it's going to lose that level or not. So in some ways, I'm giving it I'm being very patient at this level here. But
Order filled.
not going to be patient anymore because it didn't lose the level. So it's holding that level. So might as well just either miss the trade or try to catch it if it does break out on a retest up. But that entry was terrible right at the level check. So I do see it more selling off than actually going up, but it's also not committing to the sell-off yet. It's being a little annoying there. Of course, now we're in that CL trade on 2 lots. Did not give it enough room. Putting some of my stops a little too tight. So,
Order filled.
all right. We're going to trade momentum checks here on the NQ. So, not going to get too aggressive yet on size because we're still at that level, but might as well trade the momentum checks that it's failing at. We're in 1 lot here. Once again, if it holds that level, then we probably just need to be out of that trade. It's literally on that level at 368.25. If it breaks that level, it's going down to the next level. Now, the next level is only down to 349, so it's not exactly. The next strongest level on the golden time frame is 324. So that's kind of what I'm trading against at 324. Ideally, it'd be a gap fill at 275. But as we can see here, it's not cooperating on the sell-off. The buyers are still stepping up like little annoying gnats they are. Buyers are still stepping up like little annoying gnats. They haven't been slapped enough. They need to be slapped one more time. Buyers get slapped one more time, it's on. There we go. We lost that level. I think we trade against that.
Order filled.
So now it's just a matter, is the level going to hold? So we did, I mean, it's losing that level. So there. Now is it going to rip up from here? Is it going to find buy support? Is someone going to hit the big finger buys, or is it going to sell off from here? That's the question. We lost the level. Now it's just a matter of trading against that level. So now it's just, okay, that level's officially been lost. Here's the answer. Is this answer going to hold? So that's what we're trading against now, is we're trading against that level being lost and then the answer. This answer is literally happening right now, so we don't have the answer yet. We don't have the answer to that level being lost. Friggin' A. Yeah, little bitch. There we go. Still no answer. It's either going to break or it's going to hold that level pretty hard. There we go. We're only in 3. Damn it, I need to be sized bigger. I need to get to 10 Gs. I need to be sized bigger, dude. Just a little skittish in this zone. It's not selling off. Got knocked out of the NQ or the CL trade. I'm not going to take a loss on that trade. So you're not cooperating with me. What else do we see? Oh, gold is starting to hit a decent level. So we might want to take an initial gold trade here. See if we can get picked up there in gold at 5 lots. There we go. Now it's just a matter of, okay, we're in 3 on the NQ. See if we can get a little bit sized more without too much risk here. It's just not selling off. I mean, it's rolling over, but it's just not selling off in any convincing fashion. So I'm not going to take a loss on this trade. I'm just going to pull my trailing stops pretty close. I'm not going to take a loss on this trade. Even though the level's gone, it's not selling off convincingly.
Stop filled.
Fuck you.
Order filled.
Yeah, it's not convincingly selling off. So just going to play the zone. All right. GC trade, we're maybe a little early. So we'll see if we're a little early on that GC trade. Welcome, Guff. Damn it, Jim. I'm a doctor. Welcome, Guff, to the server once again. Join Discord if you're new here. We are waiting for, we're up about 2,700 for the day. We're waiting for the good sell area. The good sell zone, the Oompa Loompa zone. Oompa Loompa zone's up above. I think we're around, what if we look at the 5, where's our Oompa, oh shit. Shouldn't have done that, son. Our Oompa Loompa zone is right up in here. Booyakasha. Oh shit. Sorry, I don't know if you can swear on these things. I know I'm starting to swear a little bit more, so I do apologize for those that don't like swearing. You know, I've spent some time in the military, so I do have kind of a, I don't know if that's the reason why I swear.
No,
Hello.
It has to be.
The charts are making me, hello. Great to have you here. Sure, crave spaghettis. Oh, look at that CL, man. It ripped. Okay. Where's my notebook? I need a friggin' notebook. I'm going to start journaling. I haven't journaled in years, but I'm going to start journaling. I use graph paper to journal, by the way. I love you. Fat, juicy candles. Am I starting to be trolled? Oh, man. Are the trolls showing up? Are we fitting to be trolled? Ah, this NQ here. All right. We're going to wait for a little bit higher. Type the F word and chat puts a heart instead of... Oh, okay. Sweet. All right. I didn't know that. I've never really tried to chat the F word, so I didn't know that I did that.
Order filled.
All right. Well, we're going to start on the NQ here because it is momentum short, but we're not going to get too aggressive. So we're going to stick with this position here because it looks like it's going to sell off. But at the same time, I might get out of the position if it holds up like it is here. But every pop has been sold, but also every level on the downside is holding, is maintaining. So we're going to see if we can get a little heavier on the NQ for a deeper sell-off. Yeah. So we'll see here. Reporting Brian A. Welcome. Once again, if you want to join the new Bravo private channel, it's free. For people that want to adopt the RexDog system and maybe you're not ready to be an alpha. My intention is that if you join the Bravo, you're going to be an alpha eventually because you want to adopt the best trading system on the planet. So that would be my intention and why you're joining there. But we'll focus on trading our style. Obviously, if you can't, let's say you're at a point where you maybe can't afford to join, that's a good place to join because then you can start having some wins. I'll be sharing one trade setup that is our system that you can trade with. That should be providing you with daily wins. So, we trade reactions here. We predict the market where it's going to react. Look at that. Need to be heavier on that move there, but we don't want to get too aggressive. The volatility is starting to pick up. The volatility is picking up where it could rip up just as easy as it could rip down. We are getting to the 1 o'clock hour. There we go. Some rippage down. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Hell yeah. Should have been heavier, but I was not heavier because I'm not the man. All right. What level are we watching? We are looking for the gap fill. I would short this. So we should short this.
Order filled.
Short this down. Booyakasha. Call a bluff on this move up. It's gonna sell off more here. All right, a little volatile, so you got to be prepared to scale in properly on this trade if you are shorting this. Obviously, it might just rip up from here too. We do see an increase in volatility, so I would suggest that what you do is you don't put your entries where mine are. Put your entries up around 372 because you have a basis position now around 363. We do put a few entries right here. We do expect a pop in volatility. So here and here, we do expect a pop in volatility. Bam. Enter some there. Need to concentrate. Yeah, sweet. Yeah, we're having fun with it. So as long as we're having fun with this trading, we're going to continue streaming. And as long as we've got members that are looking to become elite traders, then we're going to be here. So, we're about building elite traders. That's what my community is about. So to be a retail trader, a successful, consistent retail trader, you're really outside of the norm. All right. We're getting too aggressive there. Yeah. Damn it, Jim. Yeah, I got too aggressive there. So now I need to figure out, am I going to fade this move or what am I going to do? Okay, there we go. Let's get heavy up around 7.9 if it gets up there. All right, that's what we'll do, man. We'll get heavy if you get up there. Giving me an opportunity to get out here, aren't you? Or are you trying to trick me? You trying to trick me? You're trying to trick me. You little bastard. You're trying to get me out here so I don't stay in this trade. I know what you're doing. I've seen this before. Come on. I dare you. Dude, seriously? You're going to use that level. You're going to use that level. What a little. This friggin' NQ, man, is pissing me off. On the GC, we are down a little bit more than what we want to be down. But we're not looking to scale into that 1850 level. Come on, man. You can do it. You got the strength. I'm going to get knocked out on this NQ trade here on volatility here. I can feel it. And I'm going to wish that I stuck with it, but I don't have confidence that this level's not going to break. So it's giving me an opportunity to get here, like break even or stick with it and give it a little bit of room. So we'll stick with it, give it a little. Okay, there we go. Rip down, dude. Do it. Rip. Oh, come on. Seriously? You're going to play with that level right there. All right. It needs to take out 354. Come on, dude. Are you going to make me get out of this trade? You're going to make me get out of this trade, aren't you? No, you're not. Bam. Come on, dude. What are these buyers doing? Why are they buying here?
Stop film.
It's friggin' crack rock buyers. That's what I call them, man. Crack rock buyers. Boom. Sell off. Sell off. There you go. Should have been heavier. Get out of our offers. There you go. Sell off. Sell off, dude. All right. Looking to get heavy right around the 308, maybe a little bit lower. We're going to see if there's going to be a gap fill. Should have been heavier on the short. Let's see where we're at. Boom. We lost the weekly open or the daily open. Blisk. Anybody use the Blisk browser? I didn't know that they started charging for it. Look for a gap fill. Look for an overshoot of the gap fill. We're going to be looking to go long around 278. Ideally, if it does hit that, we would have wanted to been heavier on this trade, but you can see the volatility. The volatility is not, I mean, number one, the levels on the downside are holding. So there's a reaction, everyone there. So the buyers are still trying to step up. They still have hope. You know, they're like that guy, Luke Skywalker, you know, where his family was all killed and he still had hope. I don't know what I'm saying really. All right, go up. Do we need to go up? All right. I'm gonna fade this move up on the upside. So this is an aggressive scalp on the upside. Yeah, the index is on the 60-minute. You're right, Tolman. You're completely right. So we should be trading the index at the RDA check on the golden time frame. That's one reason why I faded this move. So I apologize for not mentioning that to members. I did see the index is at the actual RDA on the 60-minute time frame. So I have another chart up. So, or it's not up. It's not quite there. Sorry. That's not what I was saying. Let me go to my chart that I'm seeing. Number one, what I'm seeing is that we're at the weekly open. So it's either going to lose the weekly open or keep the weekly open here. So that's what I'm trading against. And it's at the RDA on the 5-minute. So it's either going to lose this or hold it. And I'm really on the bubble what it's going to do. It almost feels like it wants to lose it. So I should have been on the opposite side of this trade. Let's see if it's going to give me an opportunity to get out at a decent clip. There we go. Out at a... Ooh, GC is a little bit more. We're a little bit heavier than we want to be on GC. So let's do a couple more positions on GC. Help our basis. See if we can trade ourselves out of that bad trade. Should have stayed in that NQ trade a little bit longer, obviously, for that level. But I wanted to just get out. Sorry, I'm showing this chart here. We're up about $3,000. See if we can get to 10 Gs by the end of the day. Don't really have profit targets, but, you know, hey, gives you something to stream for or strive for. Thanks. Boom. Do we short this? It is at 103. So we're at a pivot point. So either the market's going to pivot here and pivot down, or it's going to pivot up on the NQ. So what we need to do on this trade, just I'm going to talk out loud. what I'm seeing. Chart 1 is momentum short and bias short is below. We do have a target right around the OR low. So that's probably where it's going. So the question is it going to pop up and do a momentum check at 375 first before it does that? And is it going to do that around 1315? And then is that where we want to sell? So I would assume what we want to do, we either want to miss this trade or see if we get picked up around 372. So if we get picked up around 372 and 377, so we're going to call a bluff on it's going to rise from here. We're going to say basically the longer term analysis of what we're saying is that it wants to do a gap fill. The index wants to do a gap fill. So the index wants to do a gap fill. We look at the daily time frame. We did recapture, but it wants to do a gap fill, and then it wants to do it wants to exceed that. So we're talking about 287 level. So it's a pretty big move. But so chart one is telling us that we should be sellers probably up to the 383 level for that actual move. It's going to happen. So the buyers will be slapped up there. It would be nice to ride that up there, but obviously we're not. We do want to take a position right around 372 because that is a reaction zone on chart 2. Chart 2 is momentum and bias short. Chart 4 is momentum and bias short. Chart 3 is momentum and bias long, but we do have an RDA check right around that 262, which would be a perfect gap fill area. So that's a perfect gap fill area. So that's what we're going on the narrative here. We're going to try to get heavy here on the NQ trade, see if we can maybe do a decent trade here on the short side. We're going to call a bluff that it's actually going to use these levels as the area that it wants to find quote unquote support. And we're going to trade down to the 287 level on the NQ. So a little bit larger trade here. Looked at the 4 charts, got out of tunnel vision. That's what we're focusing on. So let's not get too aggressive yet until we know for sure that we got the counter signal on the NQ. But we are in 2 lots right now. We are long on the GC. Now we're in profit on the GC trade. Now we need to decide at this momentum check here at 1853, do we get out of that trade on the GC? So we did trade ourselves out of a losing trade there so far. I would probably get out of the fair amount of this position right around, if it does get up to 1853, I'd like to get out of that trade on GC because I think we're a little early on that trade. I'm actually going to get out right here. Not going to give it a chance to get up there. So I got out of the GC trade for about $100 in profit. We're going to sell GC at right around 1854 spot 0. And then we're going to sell GC right around 1855, 54 spot 7, right around the RDA and chart 2. Chart 2 is the control for the GC trade. And then we're gonna go in about 5 lots there, and then we're gonna put a protective stop just above that, right around where on chart 4 the fast momentum indicator is. We are short in 2 lots on the NQ. You know, look, if I'm going fast, number one, if you're a new trader, you're trading 1 chart, okay? So like, and when you get good at trading 1 chart, then add 2. But you know, obviously I'm looking at 4 different symbols, but I'm trading the same system. This is how I can do this. I'm trading the same system, the same indicators. I can look at a chart and within 2 seconds tell you exactly what I should be doing. Now, obviously, it's not that simple because this is trading and it's real time. So I make it sound simple, but I can look at a chart and have a good idea of whether or not I should be biased long or biased short and what I should be doing on that chart. Especially when I'm out of tunnel vision. The CL trade, I almost want a short CL right around 80 spot 37. So that's almost where we want to be a short seller there. That would be another double test of that. So we'd be looking, that's a strong level obviously on chart, chart 4. So I think we'd want to be a seller, and then we would look for an overshoot up to 80.53, and then we'd scale in up to 80.67. All right. That's the plan on CL. That CL trade here is the second chart that you see here. So we got we're right around a 5-minute level, a failure level. And then we're right where we want to be. Now, the GC trade, we're looking to get picked up. I don't think we're going to get picked up on that. I mean, that would be a pretty aggressive move on GC, and it doesn't look like it wants to make that move. Can I get some feedback? How the last the last 10 minutes, how was that for streaming? I just want to know, like, when I kind of get off into these, like, where I'm looking at the charts, like, how was the last 10 minutes? Is that style of narration good? Once again, if you haven't like here, share here, boost it on TradingView. I do appreciate it. If you do want to join the private Bravo group, join Discord, send me a DM and say, I want to join the private Bravo group. I want to learn a little bit more about the trading system. I'd like one solid trade so I can start getting some wins in the market with the trading style that you do, the trading system. And then for people that have DM me, well, two people DM me about the training. I'll get back to you. Thanks. I'll add you skills 05. You'll be added to the Bravo when we get off stream today. So make sure you're added there. So I did get your message. Booyakasha. All right, we should have sold that RDA pop there, but we did not. All right. How you doing? You still in profit?
What's that?
Still in profit?
Yep.
All right. My nephew's doing good.
Yep. 215 right now.
All right. We'll look at the MASH T-Boy. I'll look at it. Yeah, let's see if the gap fill plays out. I mean, that's what I'm going to be scaling in underneath that narrative. So I'm sticking with it. I'm not going anywhere. As Jordan Belfort said, not going anywhere. I remember that scene. Although I probably should get out based on this level holding and not be stubborn with this stupid position. So I'm going to get out here. Just like it looks like it's going higher. So why lose money, right? It's like, why lose money when it looks like it's going higher? So when the signal hit, the counter signal hit, why lose money? So now the other thing that you need to be careful at if you're doing something like this, make sure you're not making up a trade that doesn't exist on the chart. You know, like you can get fixated on a trade, especially like a big trade like this. And then what you will do is that you'll ignore the signals that are screaming at you in the chart. So, no, I don't believe in supply and demand. Let me explain that. So I don't use fancy terms that I don't know exist in the market. Okay. So you might go to some of my old videos and you'll see me talking about supply and demand zones. You know, that's before I wised up and said, you know what? I've been to a couple hedge funds. I've been to a couple prop firms. I've been to a couple places. So I've seen a couple things. Okay. Do I see a flag pattern in the 5 minute? I won't answer that question. Yeah, I could see a reverse flag pattern. But that's what we're kind of trading against. We're trading up to this opening range 50. And then we're calling the bluff on the market. So we might have to stay in this trade here because we don't know where it's going to turn. We don't know if it's going to turn here in the RDA. So I do see a kind of a quasi flag pattern being built there. I do see that. We did not get picked up on the GC. So we are looking to get picked up on GC probably right around 1845 now is kind of what I'm looking for. 1845. All right. So on supply and demand zones, look, I've been to a couple hedge funds, a couple prop firms. I know quite a few profitable traders just because when you get to a level, like you start to connect with other profitable traders because it's kind of like being in the NFL. You're not gonna hang out with college players, right? You're gonna hang out with other NFL players. So, let me explain my supply and demand zones. I'm looking to short here on the NQ. That's where we're at. We're really not going to get too aggressive here because we're only in 4 lots here, but we are looking for a larger gap fill move. But once again, I'm watching all 4 charts to make sure that we're not seeing something on this chart that, like, we're not making up a trade that doesn't exist. You know, you don't want to get in tunnel vision to make up a trade you don't exist. So I don't use concepts. I don't say things like supply and demand zones anymore because I have no idea how. Well, Tradovate, just so for the question, it's JavaScript. So you just code in JavaScript. So Tradovate's indicators are JavaScript. I don't use terms in trading like supply and demand zones because I don't know what the hell that means. And well, I know what it means because I've listened to other traders that use that, but they don't know what they're talking about either because they haven't. How do I do this gracefully? The people that talk about supply and demand zones haven't spent time at a bank or at a large capital trading firm to use that term properly, in my opinion. That's why when you hear me use terms, I only use terms that I can confidently describe. We are chart traders. I trade the chart. So I could look at an area on the chart and say, oh, that's a supply and demand zone. Well, I look at it differently. I look at that area. Well, let me just share this example here. Okay. I'll share this example. So let's look at the chart. We're looking at chart 1. Okay. Here's how you need to look at this. This wick here on candle 54, that is 2 things. Okay. You need to be able to have 2 thoughts in your head at the same time. That is a failure. Okay. First up, candle 54 is a failure. It's a failure for price to get lower to a level it wants to hit. It's also a rejection. You need to see it both ways. You need to see it as a rejection and as a failure. But it is first a failure. This wick up here on candle number 57 right here, this is a failure right here for it to get higher. I believe you need to look at the market as a series of failures. You need to look at the market as failing on both sides. That's also why I don't talk much about standard support and resistance, because standard support and resistance assumes a few things when you talk about it, where I think you're much better at looking at the charts as continuous failures for price to either go up or price to go down. I think you'll be better served as that, as a trader. All right, now we're only at 4 lots here. Now the question is this the sell-off that we've been thinking about, that we've been dreaming about, that we woke up dreaming about? Or is it going to hold up? So we're going to not get too aggressive here because we don't want to hurt our bases too much, but we're going to expect maybe a pullback. So you'll see here, I'm expecting a pullback. But look at that big red candle. That's something you should believe. When the market gives you a signal like that, you should believe it until it's proven otherwise. Yeah. Yes, son. Yes. So we're looking to get picked up on a pullback here. What we don't want to see on this move here is we do not want to see a close above 70. If there's a close above 70, we're out of that trade. And then I'll be like, oh, damn it, I should have took some profit. So Tradovate, is JavaScript. So really, you can go to Odesk or whatever it's called now. Oh, isn't it Odesk? I don't know. Find a developer. I used to have a developer. My developer flaked out. A dude doesn't want to be a developer anymore. So I need to get a new developer. We are looking, should I say this? We're possibly looking to become a NinjaTrader shop. Add NinjaTrader to our repertoire. Now that they're looking like they're going to go with Tradovate. So we might become an authorized NinjaTrader. And then you'll see one of the emails with me on there, which says, NinjaTrader does these emails every day. I get every day NinjaTrader tells me that the best trade system that exists, I can watch a webinar on. So like NinjaTrader just always finds the best trading systems every single day. It's strange. So we're going to get knocked out of this here. So we're looking to get picked up here, but also it's there we go. Didn't get picked up at that momentum check. So we're going to protect some of our positions here. Actually, no. I'm going to take some off there.
Order filled.
I just don't like the way it's stalling there. So I'll take some off. And then we'll put our trailing stops here. And then we're either going to get knocked out on trailing stops on this bad boy. I should be trading this a little bit more aggressively. But once again, you are in the midst of seeing someone that has a couple Thursdays ago. You know, I had my worst trading day in years. So you're seeing someone that's working on correcting some negative habits that they've had building over the last couple of years. I just add that for context. So like you'll look at my P&L, you can go to my website, you can see I have anywhere from $3,000 to $100 and some odd $1,000 days. Number one, I do have I do get treatment every 2 weeks. That kind of puts me down for a while. Number two, well, I don't have to repeat myself, but you know, I had a bad trading day, and it's still a day by day thing. I'm not going to reverse negative trading habits in like 3 sessions or 4 sessions. It's going to take me like 3 months to reverse these negative trading habits. So, you know, I will share that day where I lost 39 grand and I was emotionally trading like a little bee. I will share, I had no doubt, and I told my nephew this, like, dude, I'm going to make it back the next day. Like, I told him that, not out of arrogance, but I've blown up enough accounts. I've done enough stupid stuff in trading. I know how to self-correct myself. And what that video, if you find that on YouTube, it's basically I had a bad day. Like, yeah, I'm getting aggressive and say I'm going to punish the market, which that's how I motivate my mind. That's how I get myself refocused, is that I take what the market did to me very personally. I know you're not supposed to, but I do. So we're out of this trade here, and I want to be larger, but damn it, we're just going to have to go with it. We're just going to have to take risk here. Just going to have to risk on, baby.
Order filled.
Should have sold that pop. So are we going to get there? That's the question.
Order filled.
Am I getting too heavy on a move that's not going to happen? I'm going to be on the wrong side of this move. It should rip down from here. We are at 120. Oh, maybe not. Damn it. Did I enter too soon? Am I going to regret that? All right. So that's the start. That's my basis. My basis is 12,355. All right, that's my basis. I'm going to concentrate here instead of talking. I mean, we have a level here on chart 4, the golden time frame, that we're trading against 362. So 362 holds, and probably need to be out of this trade and call it. 362 doesn't hold, then this trade's on. Do need to, like, I'm going to prepare for volatility here. Volatility incoming. Sorry for the nose sound. Sell off, dude. Nope, not selling off yet. Well, then we do our next position up here on an overshoot of the RDA on chart 2, sorry. You know, I think what I have to do is either get another TradingView account or figure out, because it logs me, or the stream, if I'm streaming from TradingView, it like logs me out if I visit from another browser. I think that's what I have to figure out. Damn it. Did I start this position too early? That's the question. It's on the verge of selling off, but it's not. It's being very skittish at this level. So what I should do here is I should probably just put in trailing stops in the market. And if it, okay, there we go. Come on, sell off. It's using that level. Fucking A. Should have got out of there. It's using that level, which is, it's not the opening range low. So it's either going to hit the opening range low or it's going to use this level to maintain. So that means I need to like trade around this here. Also, make sure that I'm not seeing the gap fill as happening today. We're running out of market time. So is the gap fill not going to happen today?
Order filled.
Is it going to happen tomorrow? And if it is, where does it want to go? So we got here, and then we have this breakdown candle that I need to trade against. Then we got the RDA here. All right, so I can't use too much of my powder until we get up to that level here. All right, so that's where I'm going to use, that's where we're going to scale in heavy if we need to. And then we should be able to trade ourselves out of that trade if it goes bad against us. All right, that's the plan. Looking for a larger move. When you're looking for a larger move, you know, sometimes you got to be patient for it to unfold. You'd like to be able to time the absolute top, the absolute turning time, but that's not the way the market works. And it's using this lower level. Obviously, I mean, it's got a lower level at 4346 that I would expect it to hold up on, but it's using this level here. So if it uses this level here to maintain, okay, there we go. All right, sell off from here. It's finding buyers there. All right. Thanks. There we go. I think what I do, this is the last chance I give it to hold this level. If it holds this level down below, then I should get out. It's literally this level right at 354. If it holds that level, then I should get out. So I'll put trailing stops in here and I'll just let the market take me out if it holds that level. There we go. Sell off, homie. It's literally using that level again. Come on. Okay, there we go. There we go. That's what we wanted to see. So let's not get caught up in too much volatility. What did I get filled on? I got filled on CL. So CL is the first entry on the short. There we go. Can we stick with this trade for a little bit longer? So we'll give it a little bit of friggin' volatility on this thing, man.
Stop filled.
Friggin' volatility. Knocked me out. So CL is starting to sell early, or starting that, and it's a little bit above that zone. Gonna knock me out here.
Stop filled.
I don't see it. I don't see it holding this level on the buy side. So I need to just sell this.
Order filled.
I just need to sell this and just rely on my skill to be able to trade myself out of this. That's what I need to do. All right. So I'm going to sell heavy here. We're going to rely on my skill to trade myself out of this bad boy. Should have been heavier there. Damn it, Jim. Come up and give me another opportunity to get in. I'm going to short the hell out of you. Not going to chase you, dude. Not going to chase you when you're doing this little lame-ass price action. I see it too. I see it, but I just don't want to take it yet. I'm going to regret this move when I look back on this day. I'm going to say I should have been more aggressive. But we are at the OR low, so you do expect a reaction there. So the OR low, you do expect a reaction, so shouldn't be shorting at the OR low. That's the dumbest thing you could do. Well, that's the dumbest thing. It's one of the dumbest things you can do. Short at a reaction zone. Or make any trade opposite of the reaction zone is one of the dumbest things you can do. I don't use dumb too often, but we're going to use dumb in that scenario because it is really a dumb trade to do. So you expect a reaction at this zone, which we're seeing. We're seeing the reaction now. Well, you don't short there. There we go. So I think we might actually see a decent move up here. So I think what we do is we go long there. And then we go long on a pullback. So I think what we do is we call the bluff that the opening range low is going to hold, or we don't call the bluff. We say the opening range low is going to hold, but then it's going to hit a higher number. It's probably going to come up. It might come up to possibly 365 to sell off. I think that's what we trade against, but I'm not going to get too aggressive because obviously it's a fade trade. And then it could just sell off. So it's got a lot of momentum checks and bias checks to get between here and there. And, you know, I want to get above 4K. I want to end the day at 10 to 15, 20K, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. I don't think the trades are there for me right here. So here on the oil trade, we're going to move up our next position to 8057. Should have probably been out of this trade. So if I get an opportunity to get out of this trade at break even, I probably will take it. And then the NQ trade is, we might be able to ride this up here. If it does start moving here, it needs to move right here, literally. It needs to move and use that level and then come up here and maybe test the RDA. That's what I may be potentially looking for. So let's see here. Relatively light P&L day today, around 3,800, especially that I'm now in good full health. Come on, NQ, hold up. I mean, the big tick chart has a level, and then really the big tick chart tells us that that 378 area is where it's going. So that 378 or so is probably where it's going on chart 4. The CL, we're down quite a bit on that trade, but I don't want to add to higher. So we're going to see if we can ride these 3 up. If it's got to break through the RDA here. So we're going to give it a little bit of room. I probably regret this, actually, if it doesn't break through. I regret getting it too much room. I'm going to take a profit there. It's at a reaction zone. Of course, it's not going to take me out. Added too soon. It's at a reaction zone, so I'm going to take some profit. It's a fade trade, so I'm not going to like fading the market. Might be taken out here in profit. That's fine. I don't like the CL trade that we're actually kind of on the wrong side of this trade. So I'm not going to get too aggressive on the CL trade. It might rip up from here. This NQ trade's really trying to hold. Trying to break momentum and bias. I mean, it's recaptured momentum now. Now it's trying to break bias. Yeah. Oh, we're up about 4 Gs. But we do have a losing trade on the book, so we're really not up 4 Gs. Well, we're going to ride this one little lot up to where we sell. All right. Once again, we did see the gap fill, but we did not want to get distracted and say that we're like, that's the trade that we see maybe unfolding, but that's not the trade that's unfolding, is the way to put it. It used the OR low to find support. Now we do have a reaction zone here, but I would probably be, I'd want to be more around the 385, which would put us probably around 2 o'clock, maybe a little bit sooner than that. So to me, right around here is where I'd start selling. That 385 level, 387 level. So give it an opportunity to kind of get up there.
Order filled. Order filled.
Trying to get a better basis on the CL trade there. So I added some more positions. So we're up about 4,000 for the day. Need to get up. I think we'll get one trade here. Maybe we'll be able to make a cool. Maybe we'll be able to get over 10 on this trade here if it works out in our favor. So I'm going to go heavy probably in that zone. Probably going to be going heavy up there if it gets up there. And CL is still, CL I need to be a little bit higher. So the CL trade is really where I need to be at. Still right in this one little lot. I did recapture bias and momentum briefly. So we'll see if that continues to hold. Question is, if it pulls back and takes me out, do I want to be a buyer again? I don't know yet. On the NQ. Took me out.
Stop fill.
I think I'll be a buyer again.
Order filled.
I'll buy down here. And I'll buy right here. So we do see a sell-off there. That is kind of the first reaction. But I'm expecting maybe a bigger move on the upside there. But I'm not getting too aggressive. So like where I would rather be a buyer is that level check there. Right here. Right around 353 on the NQ. But that might be the sell-off. So we got to be careful. That might be the sell-off for the gap fill right there. It's right around 330 or 1330. Yeah, I think we believe that.
Order filled. Order
Yeah.
filled.
I reversed. So I think we believe that as the sell-off. I think we trade against that. We trade against that high. That was an overshoot of the RDA on chart 2. So we trade against that. And obviously we have a rejection right around the fast momentum indicator. So we would expect that rejection there. It's just a matter of, was it, the RDA is in an interesting place. It's between the two momentum indicators. So you see that from time to time. So now we're in two positions here. We do have a level here. If it breaks the level at 348 on the NQ, then it looks like it's going to go down. So it looks like the buyers are having a hard time actually not getting slapped on the way up. We do have an important level there on 361. 361, I would say, is probably one of the most important levels that the chart's telling us. So if it holds 361, then it's probably going to go up. If it loses 361, then it's probably going to go down, is the way I would probably look at it. So I would almost position myself to be a little bit of an overshoot there.
Order filled.
And then, I don't like this basis quite, but we'd potentially see a failure here. Problem with the 5-minute is the 5-minute is trying to keep that level there. It's there, but it is having a problem there. So 5-minute structure looks pretty good, I would say, if it holds, but now it's losing it. So 5-minute looks like it maybe will sell off. We'd want to be a little bit larger on this sell off if it does happen, but I don't want to get aggressive here at this time on the market. We are targeting that gap fill here. That's what we're targeting. Okay, why is it telling me that? See, that's the thing. I think when I'm in different browsers, it has a problem connecting, or it basically has a problem keeping me connected when I'm streaming on TradingView. We are up about 3,900 for the day. That CL trade is going to hurt us if we're not able to trade out of that. And this trade right here is not working out in our favor either. This NQ trade is being a little bit stubborn as far as selling off. So we either need to reverse that here, or it needs to fail right at this rejection zone here. There we go. We're only in 3 lots too, so it's not like we're in anything major there. So, I see the gap. The thing is, if I miss the gap fill trade, we'll just trade the opposite side. So I'm fine missing. I want to write it down, but if I miss it, well, we'll just trade the opposite side when we get the first signal. It's not like we're missing a trade. We are, but I don't have high confidence that the buyers are not stepping up anymore. They're still stepping up. But that move there might be the first clue that they're not stepping up. So I'm going to put trailing stops just above the entry and then see if we can ride this down, not get knocked out on volatility. Yeah. But the buyers are still stepping up at every level. Needs to lose if it loses the level at 348, it's going down. Friggin' stupid ass buyers. My position is bad, that's why. My basis is bad. Otherwise, I'd be more into this position. My basis is just bad right around that area. You're gonna make me get out, little bitch. Okay. I'm out. Well, I should be out.
Order filled.
Stupid ass position. I'm still gonna short it if it goes up. Buyers are annoying me today. Mainly because I haven't been a buyer. I've been a buyer a few times.
Order filled.
See if we can ride that up, because it obviously the buyers are being idiots, being dumbasses in this zone, but they might get slapped here. So we'll see if we can ride 2 lots up to where it looks like it's trying to go. Looks like it's trying to go up. No.
Stop filled.
Fucking hate it. All right. That's it.
Stop filled.
I'm burning through P&L being a dumbass trader. All right. Let me get out of tunnel vision. Let me focus on the chart, see what trade I want to have conviction on. I want to be a seller. I don't care what this chart is saying. I want to be a seller. I just don't want to be a seller at the wrong place. So I want to be a seller probably right around 375, 376. We are holding that. So right around 376 is where I want to be a seller. I'd like to be buying this up to that 376 level because I did see that move, but all right, 380, 376 is where I want to be a seller. Okay. It's kind of in a no trade zone, so I'm not doing anything. And I'm still pretty much decently down on that oil trade. So I'm watching that closely. See if I get an opportunity to get out at break even, or I entered that too early without the counter signal. So generally I like to have the counter signal first. It's going to rip up. The NQ is going to rip up probably to like 378. And then that 383, I would be a seller. Just don't have high confidence that it's going to rip up yet. Let's see if we can get in on a level test here. And then see if it will rip up. I might regret that position here. Because if it does that, we got the 5-minute low right here. So I might just tag that low and do a pincer. It's the other thing I might be doing, might be trying to do. Little pincer, double low in the 5-minute. But I'm okay with missing this trade if I don't get picked up. I have this itch to go heavy, but I'm not going to go heavy yet until we get a solid trade.
Order filled.
Riding that up. Ooh. That I'm going to have to maybe take a loss on this oil trade more than I want to.
Order filled.
Doesn't sell off here. Now it's just patience, and then it's market time. It is kind of looking at the market time, making sure that we're not running out of time for the trade that we see in the market time that exists in the cash market. It's very skittish up there. It's trying to break that momentum check. So then it's going to be the, I mean, you know, that failure is pretty close to the OR 50. So I need to be very careful that it's not, it's going to fail at 80, 380, and it's not going to try to tag the OR 50 before it fails. So we're with one lot here. We only got picked up on one lot on the rise up here. And then obviously we're down pretty bigly, about $1,000 on the oil trade. I'm waiting for either oil to rip up to the next impulse before I trade myself out of that trade. Because there should have been, well, not should have. I expected a bigger reaction here, but I didn't have the counter signal. So I on that oil trade, I'm trading a reaction zone, but I got heavier before we have a counter signal that it's actually, or a signal that reaction is going to react bigger, is what I would say. What I would say about that trade. So I'm early on that trade. Well, could be late, but you know, I need to be able to trade myself out of that at a higher level. Now the NQ did recapture momentum there, so that would be something to watch. Briefly. Now it's just a matter of is it really gonna sell off here? So there we go. Did add a couple more positions on the NQ, but it might sell off. So I'm putting my stops pretty close. Need to react right here. It was an overextension on the RDA extreme band. It's kind of where I did my entry. So, you know, it needs to rip up, needs to take out that level of 365. Takes out that 365, then it's going up. It's going higher. Takes out 365, it's going higher. Now, if it doesn't, then obviously we might short it in reverse. But it looks like it wants to take 365 out on the NQ. Right here. Well, really the 5 minute, it's obvious. Takes out that 365 level, it's probably going higher. It's not doing it quickly. Fuck you.
Stop filled.
Okay. I think that's the sell-off there. I mean, it's either going to be answered right away or that's the sell-off. I don't know how it comes back from that unless it has an answer right away. If it has an answer right away, then it's coming back. But if it doesn't have an answer right away, it's selling off. I don't know how it comes back from that 5 minute candle. So it might. Very well might. Yeah. Need to not be aggressive, as aggressive here. Do I get out of this oil trade here? Just take the loss? Or can I trade myself out of that? That's the question. I mean, I could trade myself out of it. It's just, do I want to spend the time to do it? That's the question. Do I really want to spend the time to trade myself out of that oil trade? All right, now we're looking for a deeper sell-off here on the NQ, and if it loses this level right around 347.75, then it's going down. There we go. I probably should get out of this oil trade. Took a loss on the oil trade just because, look, if NQ's going down, then the oil might rip up. So I just didn't want to spend time trading myself out of that trade. It's just, chalk it up to my bad trading decision. Friggin' A. Pissed losing $1,000 on a stupid ass trade. Now it's just a matter of, can I stick with this sell off? Is it going to actually sell off? That's the question. Like it's being a little bit stubborn on the sell off.
Stop filled.
It's friggin' buyers, man. They're being annoying on the downside. They're like just not selling. They just need to sell. They just need to capitulate. Like just to capitulate, man. Give it up. You're in a bad position. Give it up. Do the gap fill. Yeah, I'm going to wish I was heavier here. But I just don't like the way that every level is finding buyers. Like it's either their stops or I don't know what's happening. Either stops are being hit or they're just buy. I'm going to miss the bottom. I can't miss the bottom. Seriously. These buyers are the most annoying buyers I've met. There we go. That's what we're looking for, dude. Come on, just sell off. Yeah. All right. That'll give us a counter signal that you're going to rise up.
Order filled.
Taking a few profits here as it's stalling at a couple key points. Our first profit zone is probably right around 326. That's where we would probably want to maximize some of our profits. If it gets there. So 326. We do have 5 lots in. See if we can not get knocked out on volatility here. Sell off one more clip down, dude. I think I was right on that move. I just wasn't heavy. I didn't have the strength to be heavy. Didn't have the conviction to be heavy higher. I mean, but this behavior on the downside where it's just not ripping down, it's just, it's good to be cautious because obviously there's buyers buying every level here. There's buy activity at every level. It's not just ripping through every level. So the hell was that?
Someone texted me.
Oh.
I don't know why I'm so loud though.
Stop filled. Stop filled.
Yeah, see, look at these little annoying buyers. They're buying like every pullback. Maybe they're dollar cost averaging in. Maybe that's what these little buyers are doing. It was up to 4 G's in that one bad trade on the oil knocked me down. And then I'm not heavy enough on this move here where I saw it. But that's fine. A green day is a green day. Focusing on not doing stupid trades, but I'd say if I look at my journal, I've done probably about 6 stupid trades today. 6 stupid trades.
Stop filled.
Screw you and your little stop. Seriously? Oh, what the hell? I'm gonna have to short the heck out of it if it takes me out and gets up to 354. I mean, you should ask them, don't they see the gap? I'm going to wait for a proper pullback to add. Otherwise, I'll just ride this down to the gap and then go long at the gap when it turns. Ah, look at that. Friggin' buyers are friggin' annoying the hell out of me today. They're little. They're friggin'. And it took me too long to kind of realize what they were doing. So,
Stop fill.
all right, there we are. We're knocked out. Still not at $4,000.
Order filled.
Short the heck out of you up to here. I don't know what the hell you're
Order
doing.
filled.
So recapture the OR high, OR low. So you should look at that here. So obviously, not get too aggressive there. It might actually hold the OR low now. It's going into the 2 o'clock hour. So you don't want to be too aggressive. So like in some ways I should have started that position too early.
Order filled.
And it might just rip up heavy here. So get ready for a huge rip up maybe to 379. So they might rip up huge here. The buyers might actually or the sellers might have had enough, and then they might be, the buyers might be stepping up here, and the gap fill might not happen today. Might happen tonight or overnight. So I would just watch out for that. I'm trading on the chart too, I'm trading at a RDA check. So that's what I'm trading against. But it's obviously not working out in that favor right here because the buyers are being idiots today. I know I keep saying that. I'm just, usually I would scalp that up. But like I said, I'm working on not being super fader man and trading momentum.
Order filled.
There we go. Can that stay in profit? That's the question. Is it going to sell off? That's the question. Or is it going to use this momentum area here to like...
Order filled.
Not going to get out of... I'm putting all my stops in profit. Not going to take a losing trade here. Because it's got a momentum check there that it's doing. So I'm not going to take a losing trade. There we go. A little bit more of a sell-off. That's what we're looking for. All right. Only in 5 lots. Let's take a little bit off there. Was stalling there. Because these buyers are being idiots today. There we go. Sell off now. Sell off bigly. Or I'm going to get taken out on vol here, aren't I? It's going to vol up, take me out, then it's going to go down. I'm going to short it again. I can just see that. Obviously on chart 1 is what we're trading. Look at that. Oil did start to sell off and I would have been in profit. I wasn't patient enough. I did say that I didn't have patience to trade myself out of that trade, so I just took the loss. Because it could have just kept going. But I didn't want to, I didn't have high confidence that it was going to turn there. Come on. There you go. Can I ride these 4 lots down? That's the question. Can I ride these 4 lots down? Is it going to give me the opportunity to ride these 4 lots down to what would be potentially the gap fill? Will it give me that opportunity, and should I be heavier? That's the question. Shouldn't be heavier yet because the buyers are stepping out at every level. Every level. We do have a strong level here that right around 340. If it breaks 340, it's probably going down. So I would assume if it breaks 340, it's going down. Up about $1,200 on this trade here right now. We'll see if we can see if we make more than that or it stops here and it takes us out. That's the question. Does feel like it's going to continue to go down. Yeah. Do need to take some off there just because it's stalled at a level. Taking some profit along the way, obviously. Stupid ass buyers. They're annoying the hell out of me with this volatility. Yeah, look at this. Idiot ass buyers. Look at that. Dumbass buyers. Like, I'm just going to short you again up here. I don't know what you're doing. I mean, keep going up. I'm just going to short you again up here around 353. So continue to go up. But now you knocked me out of half my position. Oh, you little jerk. You're making it really tough for me to make 10 grand today. Should have sold that probably. So if you're new here on TradingView or YouTube, join us at Discord. You see a link down below. If you want to learn about the system that I trade, it's called the Rex Dog system. Inspired by my little dog Rex that we see in all the thumbnails and everything else out there. You know, I could have done the super serious triple matrix trade reaction zone trade system. But, you know, we keep it lighthearted around here. So it is serious trading. We do take trading seriously, but at the same time, you need to have a little bit of levity here and there. Especially with trading. Trading can be very psychologically difficult. So you do want to be able to find ways to bring in levity into your trading, as long as it doesn't affect you trading seriously. It's my personal opinion. Look at that CL trade. Oh, I'm so upset about that. Because it's in profit. I just should have been more patient. I would have been in profit and wouldn't have had to lose the grand that I lost. I still got things to work on here. Still got things to work on. When I solve this issue, when I solve these 3 trading issues that I have, you're going to see some next level trading that is going to be insane. I'm just sharing you in advance. When I solve these issues, the level of trading you're going to experience, and I'm not saying that from arrogance, I'm just saying it. The level of trading that you're going to experience if I solve these 3 problems in my trading is next level trading. If I can solve these three negative trading habits that are plaguing me, if I can solve these, the level of trading that you will see, I believe will be next level. So it's just that you're in the midst of watching someone trying to solve 2 years of bad habits that, while I can still have green days, my green days would be triple what they are if I didn't have these bad habits, if not more. So that's what you're watching. You know, if you're watching this, you're watching a trader trying to solve year or 2 of bad habits that, while he can still be a profitable trader every single day, has these habits that actually degrade the profitability, degrade my edge. So you're watching someone that's working on building their edge and not falling into the same habits that they fell into the last 1 or 2 years. Wanted to be heavier there, but we'll just ride this down as much as we can. Really upset about that whole... I'm still upset about the oil trade. I'm going to take this personally the rest of the night. So did that help, Masked Boy? Did looking at the chart help? I mean, really, the system is very clear on what where we need to trade gold. So we're kind of at a level now on gold that's interesting. We maybe are doing a double RDA check. So in some ways, I'm a little aggressive on that 1847. But that would be we're running out of market time here. So I'm not going to get too aggressive on the gold trade. That might be an overnight session trade. Well, that 5 minute, yeah. I guess we're just going to be writing these candles or these two lots down. I mean, we have a strong level right around, where's our next strong level on well, I'd ask members if you want to share in Discord, and then I'll check your work. Where's our next weak level on the NQ or MNQ? And then where's our next strong level on the downside? So members, if you want to share that, I'll check your work and see if we're on the same page. But where are your next? Well, don't look at the chart. Don't look at my chart. So I'm not going to draw it. So members, if you want to, if you're trading along, share either in the den or share publicly if you want to, the next weak level and the next strong level on the downside on chart 4. It should be pretty obvious. So definitely share there. All right, we do got a futures trading. 300 on the NQ. Yeah, I would agree. I mean, well, yeah, if you're doing the MNQ, so I don't have the MNQ chart up, so you're probably right on that. Yeah. Is that a strong or weak level? I would ask you, Tolman. So, because it might be, because on the NQ it's a weak level, 300 a weak level, but on the then the strong level is a little bit below that. Still, we still expect a reaction there, right? So we still expect a reaction there, but it is a weak level. So looks like we're not going to break 10 grand today. I guess I got we're calling Jerry.
Oh.
She's a little weird.
Oh yeah, she was.
Why?
Are you on stream still?
Yeah, I'm still streaming. So
okay, I was gonna say something. So.
Yeah. Did looking at the chart help? Oh, that's my answer. So we are just riding 2 lots down. We should have been a little bit heavier. Should have stayed in the trade for a little bit longer. But look at that. Buyers are stepping up at every zone. All right, we did get stopped out. We did get stopped out here. We're right around $4,200. Yep. No. Only question there, is it a weak level or strong level? All right, so this is is a fake out move? That's the question. So do we sell this pop? And if we do, where do we sell it? Well, we got to pay attention, candle. We got an alpha. We know where that alpha is at. So then I think up to 3.6, I think 368 would be the optimum place to sell, but we are running out of market time. So I think, I mean, if you want to scalp this move, the scalp is actually be a buyer here and a little bit lower. And then scalp it up to 368 if it's going to make that move, which aligns with a golden time frame check. So it aligns perfectly with a golden time frame check. So I think what it looks like the afternoon is trying to do here is we trade against this level here that developed. So we do have a level that's developed right now around 336. We trade against that level. So we have something to trade against. Trade against the 336 level that hasn't fully developed yet because we haven't got the close of that candle. So it's looking like it's developing, but we don't have a close of that candle. So you don't trade against it until it's fully closed. And then if it does close, I'm going to remove all my levels here. If it does create that strong level, we have something to trade against. But right now, I wouldn't get too aggressive on that long trade because it's been aggressively short, or not aggressively, it's been rolling over short is kind of the way I would describe the price action. But we have that 336 level that you're trading against. So obviously, that pullback there was the opportunity to get bigger long, or sized long bigger. I don't know if that's the proper way to say it. Sure. We're only in one lot here. Did not get picked up on the second one. But 369 is, or 369 and above, 375 to 369 is where you're scaling in to sell. So that's what you're doing. Now, you could get aggressive here if you see that move, and then try to get picked up right around the 347 if it does pull back there. That's one thing you could do. Yeah. Looks good, Tolman. Spot on. Yeah. No, that's not a weak level. That's a strong level. Just looking left of the chart. No, that's a strong level. Strong level. You know, it would be weak if left of the chart didn't exist. You know, but that second level would be a weak level if left of the chart didn't exist. You know. So like you know, because this is all about probabilities. I mean, probability that strong level is going to hold. But if it was just a weak level, then you wouldn't put as much credence into it holding. I don't know if that's the proper word I should be using, but one lot. Yeah. Yeah. Spot on. That's how I'd read it. We might call it a day here too, early, like 2:30. But we'll see. Once again, if you're joining us here on TradingView, join Discord down below. Also on YouTube, join Discord down below. I'd like to have a better P&L day than about 4,200, but we'll take what the market gives us. Plus, did a couple, I'd say, what do I have here? 6 stupid trades I have in my journal. So I have 6 trades that I would look back on and say that were highly questionable. And I shouldn't have been trading them. And then I have the CL trade here that I'm writing down. CL trade took loss instead of being patient. I should have put fixed stops and ignored the chart. So that was a dumb tactical mistake I made today. One dumb tactical mistake. I'm just writing in my journal here. So one dumb tactical mistake I made is that I was early on a CL trade, oil trade, and it was at the right zone, and it actually is, I would have been in profit now. It's just that I got impatient with the trade. I should have put a fixed stop. That way I would have limited my loss at above what I wanted to lose. And then I should have just ignored the chart. Just said, okay, let me sit on it and let me just assess it as it rolls out. Because I was getting when I got out of that trade, I had no new market information. I was making a straight up emotional decision on whether or not I wanted to spend emotional energy to trade myself out of that trade. Ooh, look at that sell-off. So we do see, now it's a matter of, do you believe that sell-off or what do you do? So I think you trade on that NQ, that sell off,
Order filled.
and then
Order filled.
like you would just be very mindful that it could rip up just as much as it ripped down. So just be very mindful that it might use this level here to find support, because it's at a key level there on the 5 minute. But then when you see volatility like that, then you probably are thinking that it's going to do the gap fill officially. So we'll see though. Don't want to get too aggressively long or short on that NQ trade. Should have been selling that pop probably, but I thought it was going to go up higher first. That's what I was watching for. So I wasn't quite confident that now just gotta, I mean, I almost don't want to even start. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I'm worried about right there. I'm worried about using that friggin' level like it is. Oh man, these buyers, man, they're being really annoying today, because basically they're buying at every key zone, but they're still getting slapped. So I mean, they can keep buying, I guess, but they keep getting slapped. So we are into the almost the last 45 minutes of trading, so we do need to watch out for volatility, not be on the wrong side of volatility. So need to watch out not to be on the wrong side of volatility. Make sure I can trade myself out of every trade that exists here. And we call the bluff on any move up here, but not too aggressively. All right. Let's keep our trailing stops there. Either be taken out at a loss, or it's going to come down and probably take us out on volatility. So we're risking about maybe what, $150 to make maybe $400 or $500 maybe. There we go. Should have been a little bit heavier maybe, but so again, the buyers are stepping up. Now we are at a momentum check, a slow momentum check on the golden time frame at 326. So really we would expect maybe a reaction there. So I'm going to just put my trailing stops in profit, because it might just rip up from there. It might just use that level as a place to rip up. So, but that wouldn't be the full gap fill. So, you know, the full gap fill is down around 288 or so. All right. Not bad for doing some dumb trades. Still being up about $4,200. So that's not a bad day. Not a bad, I'd say, okay day for P&L. Wait. Not much is going on here. There we are. We're knocked out at profit.
Stop there.
So about 4,400. Do we sell the pop again? That's the question. Do we just keep selling it up here? So do we sell it around this level here? We are heading into the kind of a... So that's the reaction of the slow momentum on the golden time frame. So I would almost use this 346 level if it gets up there. That's probably where we would want to sell. So we might miss this trade here, but see if we can go up. Okay. Looks like it might be trying to get up there to the 347. And then there's the next level up there is we have to be prepared to scale into 357. Like we have to prepare to be scaling in up to like 357. It might not get up there either. So this just might be the last trade for the day. So I'm not going to chase this trade this late in the afternoon. I wish Discord had easier ways to manage the server. It's really annoying. Like, yeah, and it doesn't seem to take things. Okay, there we go. Did sell off. Once again, we probably should have shorted at momentum, at that momentum check. Probably should just been trading momentum, right? Isn't that the way it works? Just trade momentum. All right, that's how to do it. Okay. That's how to do it. Any before we call it a day here. Okay. Before we call it a day here, any questions, anything you want me to cover? Have any questions, anything you want me to cover? Guess not. I guess I'm just streaming to myself. Oh, home run, did I add you, dude? Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, that makes you look crazy.
Yeah. It's that volatility time, so you got to watch out for it. Or be mindful of it. It's just this time, like you can, like I think I shared with you before, I used to trade 2 times a day, like the morning session, and then because when I still ran my business, then I would trade like the last hour of the market, and I got really good at it. But it's a different type of trading. It's a different. I mean, you got to get picked up on spikes, and you got to take profit quickly. because and sometimes like the other thing is that you can't like on the ending session here, like it sometimes ranges and it churns in a zone, and like if you're aggressively trading or you're emotionally trading, which you shouldn't be doing either, or emotionally trading, I mean, if you're not predicting where the move is going to happen, you're chasing trades, and that can really churn your P&L during this time. That's why. Thank you. Thanks, Tillman. No, and someone mentioned too that they got to the end of the video, right? The mindset. So I did say in the video, one video, hey, reach out to me if you actually got to the end. See where we're at. So it does look like it's going to sell off more. Just don't want to be too aggressive there. All right. I think we're probably done for the day. That's about the best I'm going to be able to do. It does seem like it's going to sell off. It's going to continue to sell off, but at the same time, we're right around that 230 time. So, and we didn't get picked up on any of our upper entries. Guess we can join the ask and do one more ask around the momentum checks. So we'll do these trades right here, right around the momentum checks. So we might be on the wrong side of this trade here because obviously it's the low for the day. We're going short for the low for the day, so we probably should be mindful of that. Yeah, I don't like that trade. I don't like being low. I don't like shorting the low for the day when there's 30 minutes left in the market. It's probably still going to move in that direction, but we should wait to be picked up and miss the trade. So really, the trade on the table is either get picked up around 348 and then expect a failure, or just and you can maybe trade that up to that level. It's kind of an aggressive fade trade. So, I'll see if I can trade it up to that level. I'll do one more position. One more position here. Nope, didn't get picked up. There we did. Got picked up. Now we're just giving it a little bit of room to kind of rip up. But this is a fade trade. So it's an aggressive fade trade. And then it can't lose that level that it just created. So, like, it needs to rip up right now. Literally right now. Like right now. Like this second, dude. Right now you need to rip up. Otherwise I'm out of you. So like here in the next 2 minutes or the next chart 2 candle needs to close green. Otherwise I'll get out. There we go. We got to close green. Now we're staying, see what it does. But it does have, once again, we're fading. So there's momentum checks, right? So that's the first reaction of the momentum check. And then we expect another reaction on the momentum check up above to like right around 329. So we're just fighting momentum every step of the way. So there we go. So we are fading, obviously. So, but once again, yeah, we're knocked out. Yeah. Started over. Got knocked out. Started over. I still see the fade trade. I could be doing super fader man here, so this probably is a mistake. Probably going to look back and say, okay, I did 7 bad trades today. Yep. Like a dumbass. I'm burning through my P&L doing stupid ass trades. I need to give it more room if I'm going to do this trade here, because I do see it moving. I see it doing the counter move here, but maybe not. Obviously, it's not doing it, so I don't see it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that was interesting. I accidentally
Stockfield.
lost all my capital there.
That's not good.
So I was trying to put my cell and I was dragging it,
Yeah.
and I dragged it over. I was doing on track 3, and then that's where I have like my stops on there.
Yep.
Dragged it right over where I was buying it, and it just sold it.
Yeah, you need to be. That's why you got to get used to the tech.
Yeah.
You know, they got to also you kind of get number one. You got to get used to trading. Then you got to get used to the tech. And then if your tech is like, you know, like, or if you're not, you know, like,
Yeah, that put me down like 260.
ooh,
But
that
I'm
hurt.
back up to $46. So I just made almost 300 off that one trade.
Order filled.
So it's all good.
I'm trying to fade this move up like an idiot. I mean, it seems like it's the right trade so far, but it's obviously using every momentum check to not be the right trade. It's literally on the bubble of actually, is it going to work out as a fade trade or not? I'm risking about $200 to make maybe $500 if it does work out. So it's not working out. Like a dumbass, I'm trading against the fucking market.
Order filled.
There we go. That's what I was looking for. I was looking for a move like that. That's what I was looking for. Just put my stops too tight. And once again, it's going to sell off on every friggin' level. So I need to either take profit or trade momentum. Just needs to rip up one more good one, rip up on the chart too, and then we're good. All right, there we go. That's all we need.
Order filled.
Took some off. There we go. That's the fade I was looking for. I just wasn't patient with it. All right, so we're up about $500 or so. Maybe we'll be able to make $500 out of this trade. Let's see if we can maximize the profit on a bias check on the chart too. Not get knocked out on volatility on the pullback. Probably going to get knocked out on volatility here. Take us out. Take us out up there. There we go. Knock us out of that trade. Take us out. Bam. We're out on that one. We got one lot left that we're trailing. Up about 270 on that trade. Trading deep into the market close. Not really deep into the market close, but deep would be another 20 minutes. So I'll share you some opposite. Oh, I won't say this stream. Sorry. Remind me to share you the OPSEC that we need to start doing.
Okay.
Just in case I forget. So do we buy that again? What do we do? Or is it going to sell off? Did an RDA check. Well, I think we buy it again. See if we can fade it back up. I think it wants to continue to go up. I mean, it wants to test that momentum one more time. Reacted to slow momentum. Yeah, exactly. No, that's where, but there's a level down there too that you should be watching, right? On the golden time frame, which is right around 292, 300. Well, it was the strong level that you mentioned before, Tolman. So, that strong level is a strong level on multiple charts. So that 300 level is on multiple charts. So we would expect that to be a pretty strong level. We would expect that reaction to probably hold for a little bit. That's the way we would look at it. Looks like we're going to end the day right around $4,300. Well, it depends if this trade goes in or goes against us. So, not a bad P&L day for 7 bad trades. 7 bad trades. 7 bad trades. Booyakasha. It's not a bad day if we do get picked up here. P&L today looks to be right around 4.3K. Not a bad day. Not the best day either. It's really not the best day as far as once again, you are watching someone in the midst of
Order filled.
working on dealing with their negative trading habits that have developed over the last couple of years. So we did get picked up on one lot there on the NQ for that pull for that. Now we are getting close into the whippage zone that I like to call it, where the market really starts to whip around. So I think that we probably get out of this trade here at a decent clip. Like maybe just like, well, I guess we could put a trailing stop in and see if we get knocked out. There we go. See if we can ride that out for another couple $100. Pays for dinner. All right. $50. You can go to Taco Bell. I mean, you can get a lot of Taco Bell for $50, right? How much can you get at Taco Bell for $50? A lot?
I don't know. It depends where you're at.
Wait, where? Oh, I guess, yeah. There was this one place where it's kind of resort, or at the Grand Canyon. The Grand Canyon, we went to McDonald's there at the Grand Canyon. And like we just got like meals for like 4 of us, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was like $45.
Yeah, no. In Vegas, it's like 70 to 80 if you get a drink.
Yeah, that's the first McDonald's I've been at where like they've drastically changed the price.
Oh, it's kind of messed up.
Yeah, so I was like, because we got our normal 4 meals that we would typically get, and it's like $45. I'm like, $45? I'm like, oh yeah, we're in the Grand Canyon. Okay, I see. But yeah, that was pretty insane. McDonald's $45. That's dedicated McDonald's. Like you really want McDonald's. And what was weird is that you could go down just like across the street. You can go to like a cafe, and you could get like a full breakfast for 4 for like around $50.
Yeah.
So it's not like they jacked up their prices super high. Yeah. So now I should have sold that, but now we're going to trade around 300. So if it gets to 300, then we would be long there and maybe see if we can make another couple grand here. So that's why I'm still here. I'd be doing this regardless if I was streaming, just so everybody knows. I mean, I trade. I'm a trader. This is what I do. I mean, I do other things, but I enjoy trading. So, I mean, of course, I'm here to... If you have questions, I can answer questions. Of course, I'm here to kind of teach trading, but I'm just sharing that I'd be here regardless. If I wasn't streaming, I'd still be trading this. So that's just, I guess, more information. I think where I'd want to be a seller if it does happen is right around the 335. So I'll look for a spike up to here. So sometimes on the markets, like during this time, number one, if you're going to trade this time, you don't, I mean, the system still holds up, right? But you're going to see more volatility. So what you need to kind of plan for or try to do, and you need to have enough capital to do this too, because the day margin and the initial margin might change around this time. So keep that in mind. Like at this point in time, the brokers will change their margin requirements, obviously, because of the increase in volatility in the time. So, while on normal market fluctuations, you'd be able to maybe trade yourself out of a position, you might not get that opportunity because they might not allow you to trade at your typical size. Obviously, the larger account you have, the more that doesn't become a challenge. But even then, they do limit your ability to position yourself. So if you're going to trade around this time, realize that number one, you can't get aggressive. Number two, the brokers can change their margin requirements and their initial margin, day margin, pretty much at a moment's notice based on the risk profile that they see in the market. So, yeah, why are you switching Sierra chart? So I'll ask Mob Boy Dre. So I'm switching to Sierra chart because I want to be able to route my orders to different brokers. The other reason is that I'm at the level where I'm doing, like, I could be trading the same thing and effectively trade it better. But I need a more advanced trading system or a trading platform to do it. Tradeovate's great. I like it, but it doesn't. I mean, the problem with Sierra chart is like it's a super huge learning curve, and it's like it looks like it was made in the 1990s. So, but it's a solid platform, meaning that the latency on it, it's stable. It's been around. It's been supported. It's consistently updated. But it is one of those platforms when you start getting into, you're like, damn, this is going to take me a month to learn. But then I know I'm going to be thankful after the month because the level of trader that I will be able to become, because it has the ability for you to customize just about anything you want to. So like, with something like Tradeovate, it's great for NinjaTrader now has moved to Tradeovate. So if you download the latest version of NinjaTrader, you'll see that they're using the same interface as Tradeovate. So they acquired Tradeovate recently, like in the last year or something. I don't know, maybe longer. And I was really concerned that what they were going to do, Ninja was going to drop. Yeah, it's better than TWS from IB. I guarantee that. Yeah, it's better than TWS from IB, Sierra chart. But so NinjaTrader looks like they're moving in the technology towards the Tradeovate technology, which I think is good. I thought NinjaTrader's technology was garbage before. That's just my personal opinion trading on Ninja. And I hate MT4. You'll never like if someone secretly breaks into my spot and they happen to break in and get to the computer, which would be very rare. But let's say they did and they installed MT4, I would probably hunt them down. So like if you want to be hunted down by me, install MT4 on my machine. And then I will have a, what is the word I'm looking for, Tony? Where I would have vengeance or I would have a vendetta. Yeah, I would have a vendetta if someone installed MT4 on my machine. That's how much I hate it. So NinjaTrader looks like they're moving to Tradeovate. So I think Tradeovate for a new trader, I think it's the best platform for a new trader to jump in. So, if you want to go with Ninja as a broker, great. To me, that's a good, we're going to sell this here. I think it might sell off here. I might be wrong too. So I'm not going to put it too close. I'm going to put an entry here. So to me, you know, the Ninja Trader tech was great,
Order filled.
but you had to kind of, it was another learning curve.
Stop filled.
Yeah, we're stopped out here. And we're going to get stopped out here. So probably have to wait to the next level for it to sell off. But I just think all the brokers, AMP, Iron Beam, IB, one of my Tradeovate, Dorman, Futures for Free or Futures for Cheap. I'm trying to think of all the brokers that I know. Like, to me, Tradeovate has the best platform for a new trader to get in and just start trading right away. Like, you don't have to fuss with too many things. It's relatively easy to enter orders. You're right on the chart. It's not a big learning curve. I mean, there's a little bit of learning curve, but compared to like Sierra Chart, it's a minimal learning curve. Yeah. So like, yeah, a lot of Forex traders use MT4, right? Or MT5, MT4, because there is automation, but you know, I don't know. I do know. It's the worst trading platform that exists on the planet. I mean, there's probably worse, but it's probably, it needs to be like literally brought to the ocean and just dropped out in the ocean. I know some people love it, but to me, MT4 needs to just be brought to the ocean, put in this canister. Actually needs to be sent to space, like to the sun. That's how much I hate that platform. I've tried to use it 4 or 5 times. So that's my personal opinion on Ninja Trade, or not MT4. I've tried to use it 4 or 5 times, and every time I literally wanted to pick up my machine and throw it out the window. So, and I'm a self-taught programmer. I've taught myself PHP, taught myself Python, JavaScript, you know, pretty much any modern web programming language I know. I know Java. I taught myself Java. I'm a self-taught programmer, so I'm not like I'm not a technical person. Yeah, Apple already got rid of MT4. You mean Apple, like on the App Store? Really? That's interesting. Like on the App Store? Interesting. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna have any more trades. I did hurt my P&L a little bit with that last trade. We might have one more if it gets to 34575, but we're running out of market time. Really shouldn't. I mean, here's what would happen. It's either going to rip up there and then it's going to sell off right away, or it's going to rip up there. It's going to hit the next level. So really, we just need to plan to like just be in 2 trades there. So we'll see. Oh, that's interesting. That's really interesting that Apple dropped MT4 from. It probably was buggy as heck, because every platform it's buggy as heck. So yeah, so new traders, like if you're like wondering, like I should check and see if Tradeovate has like a affiliate program or something. Because to me, since 2016, any broker out there I've tested or been in. So, you know, there's different perks you do get with different brokers too when you get to a certain size. So I mean, obviously you've only seen me stream. Everybody here has only seen me stream one broker. And that's probably the way it's going to sit until we get to Sierra Chart. And then if I do a stream with Sierra Chart and I stream with Sierra Chart, then I'll be routing different orders to different brokers based on different things. But I don't want to confuse people. Like so to me, the stream that I'm doing right now is like an advanced stream, but if you're a member, you're trading the 4 chart setup. So like, you know what you're looking at, right? All right. I think we're done for the day. So everybody, number one, if you're still number one, thanks for watching. Before you leave, join Discord down below if you haven't joined. And if you want to get into the Wu-Tang fan, yeah, I'm a Wu-Tang fan. So I'm a rap fan. So, I like all types of music, but rap for me is my go-to. I even like some modern rappers. So yeah, Wu-Tang. But I'm more of a West Coast. I grew up in the West Coast. So, I'm not into the East Coast rappers as much as I am into the West Coast rappers. So I still appreciate them, but I'd say every third album of Wu-Tang, I'd listen to. But yeah, I'm a fan of rap, fan of the art form. So, and I will be probably to the day I die, because even these new rappers nowadays, some of my favorite rappers are well, one of my favorite rappers is a little blonde white girl from California. I just like her songs, but I don't have anybody. Well, Young Dolph, I'm still hard hit by his passing. So, because I miss, he dropped music quite a bit, and I miss seeing a new Dolph song like every couple months. I really miss it.
RP the GOAT.
Yeah. So I really miss Dolph. I miss some of the other rappers too, but
You miss your boy Dolph?
I really do miss Dolph. Like I said, every like month and a half, he drop a new track, for the streets. So, and like
That's your guy?
70% of the time, I'd like it.
That's your guy though?
Who, Dolph?
Yeah, Dolph.
Oh yeah, he was.
That's your guy?
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
So, yeah. So my boy Dre, I
Your boy?
can kind of tell by his name that he was into. Yeah. So, join Discord if you want to be part of the Bravo group. Ask to become a part of the Bravo group. That is people that want to be alphas, but maybe you want to test the system a little bit or get to know us a little bit. Maybe you just don't have the capital to invest in it yet. I do look forward to seeing everybody. We will most likely stream tomorrow. So I don't know if my nephew will be streaming. Tony will be streaming here sometime this week. I'm sure we might see if we can get him on a stream here. But he's working on having 10 P&L days in a row. So thanks, everybody. I'll look forward to seeing you in the next stream.